Hello, dear Anchored. Today I report to you because I applied in Germany many, many times for my rights, and it is very unsatisfying. And this is why I report to you, and it is a complaint too. Um, will be, yeah, maybe one of my last videos as I do only for you, and luckily I will have a big relief in the end of the month that I will leave for 40 years, approximately 40 years, with my German ID, Germany. And it took a long, long time already, like 10 years ago. I had on my plan to leave Germany, but I had some private reasons I could not do. And even when I was a child, I did not want to grow up here, and it's very a big relief to me. And it is not on the living conditions like water from the pipeline, energy, or anything like that. But to grow up in Germany between Nazi descendants is to me completely unsatisfying and very ugly. And I reported to you a lot of profs and a lot of reasons which are so dislikeful. Everybody need to give in. And yeah, it is not easy. And I reported to you already about my ground having situation, about my money having situation, anyway, about my family situation. And I showed you cooker examples. I showed you some places. And it's not only in Nuremberg in Germany, where the region where I had lived 18 years for my German ID childhood, um, but I did it because it is my last station. And but full time I spent in Germany, I had no relief, and it had been awful situation you cannot imagine. And I want to report to you something else about the things I need to be here and are completely uncompensated. And I hope finally you can apply for me and execute a compensation. And just to tell you the range and why. So I had been a justice with some billions, milliards of recovering wealth of my family. So I'm not a citizen like others. May I do not receive equal right, what is unforgivable. So between Nazi descendants, I do not receive equal right, but I'm from a nobility's family, and in 1989, I received a justice with billions recovering wealth, but nothing. So not a milliard, not a billion, not a million, not 1,000 euros, really had given to me, even not on my 18th birthday on my ID card. That had really hard because what I already had been proved through and became entitled is that I'm a nobility's child, and of course I rule anyway, and Germany had a benefit, and I had a right to receive a voluntary incoming because I'm having my living here in Germany, and Germany did not pay 1 month to me. But to think, for example, that a whole folk would really build a big castle just because one person would do it is completely stupid, and it's not the truth. It is a skill, and it's born on you, and it is something special. And Hitler destroyed that world, and but I'm a real nobility, and they respected all my rights. And even the law changed in Germany. For example, to kill a nobility is uh, resetted on approximately 50 years prison jail. or different rights, and they cancelled in the belief in the proclamation not to have anything like that here. So they kill the tradition since 1945. But I am, and I received the wealth of my family, which is a bit more complicated. But if you would find the documents of my case, you can read it. And but nothing had been given to me, and that is not all. So that I did something nobody else is doing, and I deserve voluntary incoming since I'm here in Germany and I did not receive. But in 2020, for example, I had a big injustice too. It is to me completely crazy and completely unforgivable. You cannot imagine. And what is really difficult for me, for a single person, it is outraging, difficult, it is unforgivable. There is the corruption of in documentation, the denying of documentation. So even I did in a company a really good documentation, and I know even when I do a mistake on documentation, it will be documented and it will be declared like a mistake. But it's a force that you need to document, and even when the documented thing is a wrong case or a false, it is documented. And this is the thing nowadays in the different branches in Germany. Uh, I receive corrupted documentation that it's not possible to talk about cases from the past. And past means up to now, even like 2 years, what is totally corrupt and totally criminal. And what happened to me is unforgivable. It's bad. It's bad, bad, bad. You can imagine. I have no wealth and just a regular income, and I had a lot of problems because I became confronted by Nazi descendants and offended in my rights and offended in every imaginable way. I always had a big uh, assumption on. I always have a big payment on. It is a bill every year, so I have more or less than others. I don't have a true family, and I am offended 18 years, so I have a lot of disadvantages. And in 2020, my Treuhand died. In 1989, I needed to discover a Treuhand because the German government was not peaceful to fulfill the UN justice, and my money was forced to send abroad and within me, but the German government denied to send me abroad and to have any kind of peaceful solving. I needed to determine a Treuhand abroad because they did not set me free. They forced me to stay in Germany, and I decided my Treuhand for Sultan Qaboos. Sultan Qaboos died 2020, and this had been for me a very, very hard year because my wealth was declared in his inheritage contracting, and it became corrupted. It was very difficult because his family did not respect his responsibility in being my Treuhand and corrupted my money and attacked me and attacked him too. Not like me, but I became attacked. And lately, this giving from the German government is not totally peaceful, and not and of course not with a free will. They had an injustice, and in dying of my Treuhand, there became an enrollment which really showed the corruption that the second Sultan Tariq now became involved in corruption and having an agreement not to give me my rights and inheritance and my money and giving a part of my money in corruption to our politics. And that means, so from the beginning of the death, I became intoxicated. My flat became smashed, my door became smashed with unforgivable threats, like they would be sorry to me. I was not at home, and my door became punched, broken, damaged, and documents became stolen. And it had been, so neighbors told me, like special force police. I was not at home, and they called me. They would have been a sorrow for me, and nobody excused, nobody paid the smashed door, and totally creepy, totally disgusting. From the other side, it is not an heritage, it is my money. And the parties were defeating the inheritage contracting like it would be a regular inheritage from a relative, but it's not. It is my money. And for that, I became hidden, my door became smashed, and I became arrested for 1 month to clear my personal skills. And this is totally crazy. I think you never hear stories like that a lot. It's like oil criminality. You become arrested. You kill a woman to get the woman's money and the woman's right. But that was what they really did to me. And they were gambling on me, making a joke of it. And from the German party, it is a corruption of Holocaust compensation on their mind, but it's my money. It's the money from my family. And from the Oman side, it is a corruption of the wealth of money, what had been uh, on hands of Sultan Qaboos. It is unforgivable because I became offended, I became humiliated, disrespected in my rights, and the whole situation is not declared on true facts that it is my money and not an irregular inheritage. But it became contracted like that in the last hope to have no corruption, that the last will of the nobility will be respected. So it's most respectless treatment of an inheritance, not to respect the inheritance contract. But with this, the new royalty does not have a problem because it's a lot of money and they took it and leave nothing for me. But it is a cruelty and a crime, and what's totally unforgivable is that I did nothing bad. I'm just a name in a inheritance contract, and I became arrested. I became psychological proved for being able to rule a country. No, I do not live there. I do not speak the language. I do not have the traditional acceptance of a folk, totally sickness of a question. It's a total wrong situation. It is totally topsy turvy, like it should be. And I'm just with the money, but nothing had given to me. I did not had been compensated for that 1 month. I became arrested for the sickness of question if I could rule a country I don't live in. I don't speak the language. I don't write the letters. I don't have the acceptance of the folk. So it is a question out of any order. And how they treated me is solving the question within. Because I would not, I don't forgive to treat me like that. It was unforgivable. And instead of having like understanding and a shelter because I lost a relative or my Treuhand, they denied my invitation for his burial. There had been any German, I don't know, but they did not give to me my invitation to his burial. They did not give to me the inheritage contract, and they offended my rights in every imaginable way. So this is a thing, things like that happen to me too, that I become offended by corrupted politics, corrupted officers because of the money. But I am left with nothing. So I'm already in a more worse situation than any politic, any officer, because I'm already offended and I have a lot of disadvantages I need to pay on. For example, having healthy problems, being alone, having no family, and I at first I needed to recover all my mistakes when I left the abusive situation I was forced to live in. Additionally, to have any contact with super rich people is so dangerous and it is not good. It is always affecting your life in a bad way because of corruption, of economic crimes, and of envy crimes. It is never easy, never good. And when you have a certain kind of a contact, you really deserve your inheritance your invitations, your little benefits. And this is what they took from me, a little benefit for being pushed very hard. And this has happened, for example, to me in 2020 and before another relative from abroad died. And I did not get anything, not an invitation for his burial, not my inheritance, and but I could feel that he died, and he always took a lot off from me, and I get nothing. And this is really not fair that you were forced to stick together with people who may attend an atomic war test, who are a victim of economic crimes, economic corruption, and you receive nothing. And that I became for a child from this kind of families forced to stay here, become a victim of transplantation crimes, of medical crimes, abuse, and I do not get 1 cent compensation. So yeah, may I'm intelligent or diligent or clever or smart, may I get through anyway. It is unsatisfying, not like you imagine your life, and there had been awful hard situations, which always had been anyway solved with any kind from help from abroad, but I do not receive a compensation for that. I had a justice in 1989 that I do have to receive compensation in so many things, because what I am a victim of is too hard to explain like that, and it's not. It's even not fair that it should maybe be proved anyway again, because it is uh, comparable with the transplantation twins of Holocaust. It is unforgivable, and even to deny that I deserve it. It is for me unforgivable to live in a society who's denying that I really deserve to have a compensation, because it is unforgivable hard crime. I became forced to suffer, and you may have documents and can prove it, and the result is me. So I'm living, I have a right, and the right is corrupted. It's not available, and this is what I want to complain about: the relations and the disliking of international justice and international judgment, and the regular law. The regular law is not available in equality, like inequality to Nazi descendants. My right is not available, and I need to apply to Nazi descendants in a more and more average in each branches of German government, and it is outraging bad. And this is I can explain, I can complain every day about it. It's not okay. So I really hope you understand and can even uh, change something in that form, in that situation, because it is awful. And of course, I'm a case, but I think it is very important that equality in Germany is still a mark, and it's not available. It's definitely not available. I have such a hard destiny, and I do not get compensation. I'm living on genetics and on my income, and that's it.